is one of America's brightest new monologists, Don Adams. Don, what are you going to do for us tonight?
Well, first, Steve, I'd like to sing a few songs, and then I'll go into my funny dance.
Thanks a lot. I saw you scratching your forehead. Would you give me a little one here? That's fine. Here he is, Don Adams. Listen to this. Now, it's football season and all that jazz.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to spend the next few minutes with you, and I cut a little article out of the paper that I thought might be of some interest to you folks who are going Christmas shopping. It says that they're developing a new car that will be powered by electricity. And this electrically powered car will cost about $5,000. That's $1,000 for the car and $4,000 for the extension cord. It might be a nice present. I imagine that a lot of the folks looking in tonight are married, especially the men. And those of you who are married are probably very familiar with the thing called women's intuition. Yes. Well, for those of you who are still bachelors and don't know too much about this, I should like to explain briefly how it works. For example, it's a cold morning, and the car won't start. And you've tried everything that you know how. You've cleaned the spark plugs, you've cleaned the carburetor, you've charged the battery. Nothing helps. The car won't start. And your wife walks in, and you say, "Honey, the car won't start." And she says, "Of course. The bolt is loose on the license plate." So you smile and you tighten the bolt on the license plate. Not only does the car start, but the dashboard clock that hasn't worked in 4 years starts ticking like Big Ben. If something goes wrong with the television set, you don't send out for anybody, you don't bother with tubes, you go downstairs to the basement and you tap a certain pipe 3 times. Sometimes you tap the wrong pipe and you have to be led back down again like a child. I was working in the workshop the other day with an electric drill, and the electric drill wouldn't work. And I said, "Honey, the electric drill won't work." And she said, "Change your shoes." So I put on a pair of old white sneakers, and the electric drill still wouldn't work. I said, "Honey, I changed my shoes, and the electric drill still won't work." And she said, "Stupid." I said, "Change the fuse. Who ever heard of making an electric drill work by changing your shoes?" This is the way it usually works. This naturally brings us to the subject of football. I have just returned from a visit to my home, which is in New York, upstate New York, and while I was there, I went back to my old grammar school, and I visited all my old teachers. They all remembered me. I just graduated last September. Actually, that's a lie. I'm a college man. I went to a little university in upstate New York, a small school. You've probably never even heard of it. Glick. It's a small school. Anyway, we had a man up there, and he was a football coach, and he was one of the great football coaches. As a matter of fact, he was known in sports circles. Well, he was known just everywhere. We just used to like to think of him as Mr. Football. Leon Football was his name. And I'll never forget the day that we played State University. It was during halftime, and he was giving us one of his magnificent pep talks. "All right, men, I'm not going to stand up here today and give you one of my magnificent pep talks. I'm not going to remind you of your old alma mater. I'm not going to remind you of the honor and the glory of this school and its great colors, which have gone unblemished for the past week and a half. No, I'm just going to remind you of the bets we have on this game. We're loaded up to here. Those bookies mean business. Now, men, we've got a job to do. We've got the players to do it with. Naglansky, And we expected bigger things from you this year, McClancy. Well, just don't sit there when I'm talking. That's better. Now, Zapmiller, you're a good end. And Hopnagel, you're a good halfback. And a good end and a good halfback go hand in hand. But not on the campus. Giving the student body a feeling of insecurity. Now, why can't you men try and be more like Jonesy? Incidentally, I want to commend Jonesy on the magnificent way that he tried to block that kick in the first quarter. Took real guts and courage the way he dashed in there like a maniac. By the way, where is Jonesy? Is that? What's he lying there for? And stop sticking your tongue out at me. I'm your coach. What's that? It's not his tongue? Well, somebody get that football out of his mouth. One thing I can't stand is shirkers. All right, men, I've tried to do everything in my power to help you win this game. I want to apologize about using the poison gas in the first quarter. As you know, the wind was blowing the wrong way. And among other things, we lost our entire cheering section. Yes, well, nobody feels this more than I do because, as you all know, before becoming head coach here this morning, I was assistant cheerleader for 27 years. And so at this time, I should like to lead you in one of my favorite cheers. All right? Everybody up. Boom-a-laka, 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 boom. Boom-a-laka, boom-a-laka, boom, boom, boom. A ling-a-laka, ling-a-laka, boom. A ling-a-rang-a-tang-a-rick, a rick-a-ticky-tack, a rang, a rick-a-zack, a rack-a-lacky boom. A ring-a-ting, a rick-a-ticky-tack, a brow-wax-a-wax-a-wax, brow-wax-a-wax, hi-ho, hi-ho, wallaga-wallaga-wax. A ring-a-ting, a ring-a-ling. Ring-a-ting-a-lang-a-rang, a rang-a-tang, a rick-a-ticky-tack, a ring-a-lack-a-boom. A ring-a-zing, a tang-a-lang-a-boom. Ring-a-tang, a ring-a-rack, a rick-a-ticky-tack, a rang-a-lack-a-boom. Yay, glick. Trying to get you right in here, doesn't it? Makes you sick to your stomach. All right, men, before sending you back out to that slaughterhouse, I just want to go over one or two more things. There have been some nasty, vicious, ugly rumors going around that I have tried to fix the examination papers and trigonometry of some of the members of this squad. And these ugly, vicious, nasty rumors have been directed at some of our new boys that we recruited from the Mau Mau. All right, men, stop rattling those spears. In leaving you, I should just like to leave you with the words of the founder of Vic University, Morris L. University, who said, "Boomalaka, boomalaka."